Hey, Johnny Walker came. First royalties from the surfboard entrepreneurs. Yeah. Hippies out to make it rich, it would appear. And there's the seagull. Piero. Piero rescued the seagull from the water, tangled up with a fishing line around its tongue. The hook wasn't actually in its mouth. And around its wing and around its tongue. Can you, Adam and Eve it? So he got it up the rocks in the water. They kept it overnight. Now they released it this morning. And lo and behold, a couple of seagulls came to greet, and they was it was amazing. The video didn't quite work, but I think someone did take half a clip. We shall see. Nah. Alrighty ho ho. Shine on. Aloha.
That stacked up the whole horizon was just way.
Now we need a honey sweet swerve out there.
Swerving.
Virgin sturgeons.
No one on it. Get so much speed I couldn't get in the barrel, so I'd have to like go onto the flats and come out and then pull in, and I'd just be so deep that I'd be like racing to get out of it and just destroy me.
Would you jump off the rocks there and sit quite deep?
Yeah, I mean, you soon realize that there's guys that live out there that can actually, they know that wave well, you know. They can race in the barrel. I haven't raced in barrels as heavy as that and as round as that. That guy, Minnie, I think his name Mitchell or something. Dude, I saw that guy in a barrel where he was from like maybe 5 to 10 meters back in the barrel on the snowboard. And I was like, there's no way the guy can make it up. And then he would just go straight through that whole section and pop out the... It's like before everybody even takes off, you know. So you start trying to go up there. I had like 1 or 2, but just get chowed. Like, you have to be so good in the barrel. I just don't spend that much time in the barrel. You need to go there and get good at like riding. The sand bottom point breaks are a whole different story. These waves don't really hold the barrel for so long. You almost have to get barreled and you come out, you know. Where there, it's like you get barreled and then the wave breaks in front of you while you're in the barrel. You have to race to get out of the barrel, otherwise you get stuck in the back. You can't get the board free off the foam.
And you're saying you're going so fast on this thing, you shoot out the barrel, what?
Yeah, so you can't actually, like, you'll take off, and instead of like being able to like be right in that pocket in the barrel, like I'd take off and go down the line, and I'd just get so much projection that I missed the whole barrel section.
Okay.
But then you would have to fade. So I wish I actually had a smaller version, because the Joel 2 is so thick, and it's a 6.0, so it takes off, and it's so hard. It's such a chunky board to maneuver inside of the roundness of the wave. So like a small board like this would be way better.
And when were you at Tofino? Tofu. 2020. Okay, take note.
I wish we got more waves. We only had 1 6-foot day, which was perfect. Smaller days were good. Super fun for like a fish and longboard and everything. Just a couple more like 4-foot and 6-foot days would be epic.
Clinton the man. Epic. Goodness, great drops. Down towards the point, that way. It looks like a Westphalia. No, what they called? Combi Kids. Oppie Stoop. Well, it's Saturday night, and it's kind of funny. Lord made the bee, and the bee made the honey. Honeycomb won't be my baby. In case you want to know what God thinks of soccer, at the start of each match, Isidore Aranda, goalkeeper with Brazilian soccer club Rio Petro, went to a ritual of kneeling down in the goalmouth and praying. He went into usual routine just as opponents Corinthians kicked off a match in the Bahia Stadium, but had reckoned without the celebrated left foot of Roberto Rivellino. Receiving the ball on the halfway line, Rivellino, all too aware of Aranda's custom, blasted a shot towards the Rio Petro goal. It sailed into the back of the net just 3 seconds play, after 3 seconds play, whistling past the ear of the startled Aranda, who was still on his knees in prayer. As the Corinthians player celebrated, Aranda's brother ran onto the pitch armed with a revolver and pumped 6 bullets into the ball. Not his brother, JBay. Yeah. There we go. Stay cool as you can. Play piles of tiles with smiles.
Let me show you something else now.
What's in the flower?
The lysops.
So that'll open later on today. Yeah.
You see this plant now, you know, like any tree gets new leaves. These are bilobum. So every year they also shed their old leaf and get new leaves.
Those big fat things are leaf.
Yeah, it's a lobe. So you can see there's the old one. New one coming out. And when that happens, this new one cannibalizes the old one. So it takes all the nutrients and water out of this one to feed that one. You can see there it's coming, that one's also starting now. Yeah, it's split.
These plants say don't water me or what?
Yeah, so...
That's such a... Brilliant.
That's, yeah. And then when it gets very, very dry, harsh conditions, it doesn't rain for 6 years or whatever, they withdraw into the soil. They go right into the soil and you don't see anything. And the little hollow gets filled up with sand. And so the sun doesn't burn them as well.
Yeah.
And then when it rains, you get these little lysops popping up with the hat on the head from the rain. And that eventually falls off.
Classic.
As well.
Where did they come from?
These are from Albertina area.
And they're so scarce, they go for 2,700 each. Yeah.
But then these plants are 5 years old.
And you don't have many of them, eh?
No. So, you know, what does it cost you to raise a plant for 5 years? It's not like carrots. You can sow carrots and you can harvest carrots within 6 weeks or so, you know. So it's a quick turnover. Whereas this, it's not that quick. And then also with the thing with these plants, there are not many people that know them to start off with. So there are not many people that are collecting them. And if you look at South Africa as a whole, out of our population, blacks don't buy plants. End of story.
Sure.
They don't buy plants.
Yeah.
So then your market is already dropped by 80% plus. Colours don't worry too much either. They'll steal a cutting. So your market for these are very small. Very limited market.
It's a hobby, not a living. Yeah.
I make money.
Now hear this. A voice in the wilderness. We got a plea here for some surfboards, old surfboards, suitable for youngsters to learn, preferably like soft tops, old boards. Has anyone got anything lying around looking for a use? Old wetsuits? They're going to go to Coffee Bay to Karl Wächter in Bonvu, and he wants to try and help the local youth, because drugs have got into Coffee Bay big time. All sorts of shenanigans going on up there. Well, they're everywhere, those things. So he wants to start a little surf school and do some good for the local community. Obviously he might get the odd visitor himself and make some bones on the side out of these things, but anyone donating will have free camping in Coffee Bay. And plus, that's not all. He's got his own coffee plantation, and he does start to finish a cup of coffee with no electricity. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. And point of fact, you get complimentary smokables with your cup of coffee. How is that, chat? Okay, thank you very much. And then, plus, I'm going to store these boards here in this museum, my little remains to be seen, and there's plenty of stuff to barter here. Very interesting stuff. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. In anticipation. Ne. Van Gogh.